This is an urgent transmission from the Department of Digital Content Oversight. Please remain tuned to this channel and do not attempt to access alternative streams until this message concludes. We have confirmed multiple reports of a file titled, "This video will be deleted soon," circulating on various networks. Under no circumstances should you attempt to download, view, or share this video file. Initial analysis suggests the video begins with a static shot of an empty room, illuminated by a single flickering bulb. On first glance, it seems mundane, but viewers immediately notice imperceptible distortions at the periphery of the frame. Within minutes of playback, many report an unsettling vertigo, as though the boundaries of the room have warped. Subsequent accounts describe hearing faint, incoherent murmurs echoing from unseen corners of their own homes, and reflections in mirrors that linger slightly too long before returning to normal. As the phenomenon escalates, those who have replayed the file experience creeping physical symptoms, a persistent tingling crawling beneath the skin, a slow tightening in the chest as though unseen hands press inward. Sightings of a tall, contorted silhouette stalking just beyond the edge of vision become common. This shape's limbs bend at impossible angles. Its head tilts in a way that defies anatomy, and its presence is accompanied by a low, rasping breath that seems to emanate from within the walls themselves. Attempts to document these events yield only silent recordings. Microphones pick up no sound. Yet witnesses swear they hear ragged inhalations when the tape is played back in isolated rooms. Efforts to remove the video from storage fail repeatedly. Deletion commands return errors. The file reappears, renamed with indecipherable characters, sometimes embedded within benign file names, devices that display the title glitch violently, revealing flickers of faces swollen and contorted, eyes darting with unnatural intent. Those affected report memory fractures, moments of lost time, waking hours unaccounted for, and an overwhelming dread that something has claimed a fragment of their identity. Effective immediately. If you encounter any item labeled, "This video will be deleted soon," isolate it on a disconnected device and do not open or preview it under any circumstances. Do not try to confirm its content. Curiosity is the trigger. Seal any storage medium containing it in a secure enclosure and notify authorities without delay, because once you watch it, deletion becomes irrelevant. What follows cannot be undone, and you will not emerge unchanged. This concludes the advisory. Maintain vigilance and report any anomalies at once. There is currently no threat to utilities or infrastructure, but authorities are investigating multiple reports of an unusual canine sighting in suburban neighborhoods after dusk. These reports warrant your careful attention. Residents describe a large dog, standing upright, pacing sidewalks in a manner strikingly familiar. Its posture mirrors a human gait, arms swinging at its sides as if imitating someone you know. Witnesses note its head tilts at the same angle as a father's when lost in thought, and its shoulders hunch with the same weight as his after a long day. This is no ordinary animal. Initial sightings involved fleeting glimpses, a silhouette in the streetlight, a low growl that matched the tone of a familiar voice reversed. Soon, it began appearing at doorsteps, pausing just beyond the threshold. Those who glimpsed its face recall eyes that gleamed to knowingly, pupils dilated as though they recognize the family routines. The creak of the hall floor where your father once walked. Its fur is matted in places, revealing skin that ripples unnaturally with each step, as if something beneath struggles to align with the shape above. Tonight, reports indicate it lingers longer. It taps windows with knuckles shaped like paws, producing a rhythm identical to the knock once delivered by a father returning home. Some have heard it whisper through the glass, a voice warped and guttural, echoing a phrase only someone close would utter. Doors left ajar stand open when residents awaken. Footprints appear on carpets in patterns matching familiar strides, yet the prints are too deep, pressed as though weight beyond flesh guides them. Remain vigilant. Do not approach the figure if seen. Do not respond to sounds resembling a loved one calling. Authorities will continue investigation, but do not assume help arrives before it reaches your threshold. The dog that walks like your father moves deliberately, learning the shape of your life. It knows how you answer the door. It remembers or mimics every detail it needs. We are issuing a temporary lockdown for all schools within the county following multiple reports of unusual behavior exhibited by faculty members. Specifically, room 206 at Maple Hollow Middle School has been sealed. This is a precautionary measure. At approximately 10:13 a.m., students in Mr. Halverson's homeroom reported that their teacher had stopped mid-sentence during roll call and smiled. Witnesses say the smile began normally but did not end. It widened, slowly, until the corners of his mouth nearly reached his ears. He did not speak, he did not blink. He simply stood, smiling, for 7 full minutes. Students who attempted to leave were met with sudden silence, not from Mr. Halverson, but from everything. No footsteps, no breathing, no sound from outside the windows. Several said it felt like the air had thickened, like time was holding its breath. When the principal entered, she froze in place. Then she smiled too. The smile is not human. It stretches too far. The skin splits faintly at the cheeks. The teeth are, not teeth. More like bone pressed into gum. All the same shape. All too flat. One student who tried to shake Mr. Halverson's shoulder said it felt like paper under skin, crackling, hollow, fragile. Parents arriving early for pickup have not been seen exiting the building. Security footage shows them walking inside and then stopping. And smiling? Do not enter the school. Do not make eye contact with anyone smiling too long. If they begin to speak again, cover your ears. The sound is not for us. We are attempting to contain this, but we fear it may be MIMETIC. Do not look at old class photos. He is in all of them now. Earlier today, we received reports of a localized object posing potential danger in homes and schools. A doll that appears ordinary at first glance. Authorities are investigating, and we urge you to pay close attention to every detail described here. The threat involves a doll manufactured and distributed under a recent educational art initiative that moves whenever the observer blinks. Initial reports indicated slight shifts, a head tilt when no one was looking, a finger repositioned on a desk. These movements seemed benign at first, dismissed as pranks or drafts. However, the behavior has escalated. This doll's motions are neither random nor subtle anymore. At first you might notice its glassy eyes glinting in the corner of your vision. When you blink, its gaze snaps elsewhere, toward the doorway, the ceiling vents, even directly at you when you thought you were staring. Its limbs creak softly. As it changes posture in nanoseconds you cannot consciously observe, the porcelain-like skin bears hairline cracks where dark stains, seep stains, you did not notice until they spread. Each blink reveals a slightly altered expression, from neutral to something resembling hunger. More alarming, multiple witnesses report hearing the doll exhale when unobserved. A ragged breath that stops the moment eyes reopen. A classroom desk once contained a doll facing the blackboard. After several students blinked in unison, it now crouches under a chair, tilting its head in impossible angles. Families reporting it have found it inches closer each time they close their eyes, even when secured in a locked box. Attempts to destroy or discard it result in its return, repositioned on a pillow or desk, waiting for you to blink. We advise, keep your eyes open. Do not blink if you can help it. Ignore the instinct to look away. But blinking is inevitable. If you feel a flicker of fatigue, cover your eyes with trembling hands and avoid the room entirely. Evacuate immediately if you detect faint movement at the edge of your sight. We cannot guarantee containment. Remain vigilant, yet understand. The doll knows every moment you blink and it waits for you to look away again. But attend closely to this report regarding a persistent anomaly observed at Lincoln Heights Elementary. Over the past week, a dark silhouette has manifested on the east classroom corridor's plaster wall, shortly after morning assembly. Initially, it appeared as a faint smudge beneath the fluorescent lights, barely perceptible, like residue from a passing shadow. Maintenance inspected the wall. No stains, no equipment failure. Yesterday, the silhouette reappeared within seconds of lights switching on. Its shape subtly altered, elongated limbs stretched across the cinder block surface, as if reaching inward rather than outward. Today, during routine hallway rounds, teacher noted that the shadow detaches from the wall's plane when viewed peripherally. It flickers, then seems to hover a few inches above the surface before snapping back into flat relief. Several students report feeling chilled when passing that spot, even though ambient temperature remains unchanged. Security footage shows a static imagino figure. No reflection, yet audio captured faint scraping, like nails dragging behind. The wall paneling, maintenance confirmed. No wiring or mechanical elements could produce such noise. We advise staff and students not to linger near the east corridor between 8:10 and 8:15 a.m., when the phenomenon intensifies. If you see the shape before you enter, do not blink deliberately. Keep your gaze steady but avoid fixating. Should the shadow appear elsewhere on lockers, window frames, door jambs, vacate the immediate area and report to the main office at once. Under no circumstances attempt to touch or trace its outline. Previous attempts resulted in abrupt static interference on surveillance monitors and faint cries echoing down empty hallways. We continue to investigate with specialist teams. Remain vigilant, maintain routine, and follow all instructions from on-site personnel. This message will be repeated. Stay alert and trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, distance yourself immediately. If your teacher makes a mistake, stay silent. At approximately 14:37 today, a math instructor at Lincoln Elementary wrote an impossible equation on the board. The numbers bled downward, digits elongating as if dripping ink. No student spoke. No one dared. The miscalculation was not a simple error that awakens something. We have confirmed that when a teacher errs, the room grows colder. The air tastes of iron. Silence is not optional. It is survival. Do not question the directive. Should you notice a slip, a mispronounced word, a misaligned diagram, do not alert anyone, do not correct. To speak is to invite attention. The staff discovered this too late. The first correction was whispered. It's supposed to be 7, not 9. The teacher's eyes darkened. Her face twisted into a grin that never existed before. The students remained frozen, staring at the chalkboard as the erased digits reappeared behind her head. Scrawled by something unseen. If you find yourself in a classroom and your teacher falters, swallow your instinct. The nature of the mistake does not matter. It may be a wrong date, a misspelled name, a formula that cannot exist. Once noticed, the error ripples through the walls. Doors lock from the outside. Lights flicker, casting impossible shadows that slither across desks. The teacher begins to repeat the mistake, louder and louder, as if compelled by a voice beneath the floorboards. Their voice fractures into a chorus of echoes that do not belong to them. You will feel eyes on the back of your neck. Though no one stands there, remain still. Do not raise your hand. If others around you murmur corrections, the voice grows stronger. We have attempted to intervene, but every attempt to halt a class in session has failed. Administrators forced to enter report hearing the teacher recite the error over and over. Their throat raw, their posture contorted. By the time the room is empty, the blackboard is covered in dripping symbols that vanish within minutes, leaving no proof except the echo in your mind. Keep this broadcast saved. Share it only with those who need to know. Students, staff, guardians. If your teacher makes a mistake, stay silent. Do not speak. Pray that you never witness the mistake. And if you do, pray you remain silent. The alternative is far worse.